Hello, my name is Sander. I'm 27 years old from Estonia, and just a year ago discovered that I have to go to the heart surgery to replace my aortic valve. I made this YouTube channel to support some of you who are going to the surgery, or maybe some of your relatives or close friends are going to the surgery and you have some questions. So this channel is about documenting everything. Like this is the first video where I just talk what's wrong with me, how they found it out, and what has been the plan so far with the heart problem. I found from YouTube two different YouTubers who have talked about it too, and I feel like that helped me a lot, and so I want to give my perspective and my views also, like how I felt. It's just going to be very interesting. It's my first YouTube channel ever where I have some sort of perspective or like the idea what I want to do with this channel. And I'm definitely not going to be a YouTuber, I think, but it's just very interesting to even for myself later watch these videos when this all is over and I maybe even have forgotten about this, that I had this surgery, and then watching this video here. So hello future Sander from 5 years. Like, I I hope you're doing great. I got invited to the military, but before you go to military, you have to pass some health checks. So I went to this doctor there, and she listened to my heart, and she heard some sort of noise there, and no one had mentioned that before to me. It was, I think, 5 years ago or something. I was like 22, 3, something like that. But she said it's normal for people who are tall and for people who are doing professional sports. And I was just thinking to myself, like, which am I then? Because I'm like 183 centimeters tall. It's not like very, very tall, and I almost do no sports, so I don't know. Anyway, I ended up not going to the military, but for different reasons. And some time later, I think it was like 3-4 years later, I started feeling some sort of arrhythmia and some sort of stinging and pressure on my chest. So I went to my own doctor, and she listened to it and she got pretty serious about it. But at that time I didn't go to any further investigations because I was working in my own company and I didn't pay myself salary. I couldn't afford salary, so I waited a bit, a year or something. So when I could afford myself a salary, I was a legal taxpayer, so the healthcare in Estonia is then free. And I went to my doctor again after a year, and she sent me to the cardiologist, and they did some tests in my own hometown, ultrasound for example, and some EKG stuff. So they measured my heart, and then they sent me to Tartu, which is like the best hospital in Estonia. So they sent me to the MRI, and then I had to wait like a month or two to get to another checkup. The other checkup where I had to go was to swallow this tube where the camera is like in the end, or I don't even know what there is, some sensors. So I guess like these two, like MRI and this swallowing this camera thing. I don't know what's it called in English. I probably will find out. You constantly have to fight your own reflexes. Try to puke all the time, and then the doctor tells you like, don't do that, don't do that. don't like like how can I not like be like if it's automatic, you know. But I have to say that I was more scared of it than what it actually was. And now I got a call from them. I had to go to the hospital on Tuesday, and I was supposed to have the surgery on Wednesday. But no, they called me a few days ago. Hello, we're just reminding you that you have an upcoming surgery. Did you remember it? Of course. And then they mentioned that you are coming to the hospital on Tuesday and the surgery will take place on Thursday. So I'm going to the hospital tomorrow, going to stay there for 2 full days, and then I'm going to the surgery. And actually, it's quite scary. I have never had any surgeries before, so I have no idea how it works. It kind of doesn't make sense to me how you just put the person to sleep and he just doesn't feel or acknowledge anything, or like you're totally blacked out. You have no idea what's going on. You have no track of time. You just are kind of like dead, or I don't know. Well, the surgery is actually quite common. It's been done for over 50, 60, 70 years even. Like, this is not a new thing that they changed these valves. But it is scary still. And I read from somewhere that the success rate is 98%, and it's very... But it's a common surgery, like, there's nothing new about it. So the doctors are professionals. For me, like, I feel like the worst part right now is when I go to the freaking hospital and I'm waiting for the surgery there. And then the moment when I hear the knock on the door and they are after me and they're like, okay, let's go. I have a feeling that I will be so freaking scared that I will just puke all over the corridors. Like, that's just insane. I can't imagine it. So I was born with the bicuspid, the aortic valve, and because of that, my aorta itself has expanded a bit, and there's always this risk that it will just tear apart, and then I will just die. The risk of death of not going to the surgery is way bigger than the risk of having that surgery and living with this new heart. Currently, I cannot lift any heavy weights, do something like that is, do something physically hard that is intense. I can't do that. Like, you know, pushing the car or just lifting something heavy. The doctor said that I can do some like physical activities that are not requiring so much like strength. So, for example, I can go jogging and stuff, swimming. I do that. I think in August, September, I started being more active. So yeah, I took part in some running events, which are not like competitive. Actually, you just run for yourself and see how you feel, and like the like 1,000 people in the street, you know, running. So it was quite fun, and I already am going to miss it because after the surgery you cannot do any physical activity, I think, for 2 months at least. But then too, like, you are not going to go for a run. So I'm going to have a heart surgery where they replace my aortic valve, and I get to choose which one I want. Like, there are 2 types of aortic valves. There's this biological valve, which is usually taken from the pig heart. The con about this is that you will have to go to the same surgery in 10 to 12 something years, because this wears out, apparently. And I'm going with a mechanical valve because mechanical valves are way more persistent, and you probably never have to go to this surgery anymore in your whole life. The con about that is that you need to take warfarin for the rest of your life every day, because if you don't, then you risk with getting the thrombosis, and that's bad. If you have any questions, ask in the comments. I would be very glad to answer you. I would also be there if you need any help, and you can contact me personally, ask questions. It's interesting to talk with different people about the same stuff and things that you have gone through, and your what's going on in your head. I'm trying to make as much videos as possible in the hospital as well, because this is my super important thing to document right now. It's like the once in a lifetime I can't say opportunity, but it's like once in a lifetime thing that I go through, and it's important. And I'm going to make many videos about this, about the process of recovery. I'm trying to make some videos in going to the hospital and being in the hospital. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening to me. If you feel like this is your content, please like, subscribe, comment, rewatch the video, share with your friends, share with your friends' friends, share with the doctor. Thanks for watching. Bye.